So I thought I would do a review of this, which is a Mahalo Les Paul, or LP as they call it, soprano ukulele. I thought, since I'm sure many people out there, it's easy to find the Mahalo range in your local music store, and they are cheap, so some people are probably wondering what do you actually get for the money you're paying. Well, this I've had for, I don't know, 3 or 4 years, something like that, 4 years maybe. It's the first ukulele I ever bought, and I probably bought it for the same reason as most other people did. I went into a music store and thought, maybe should give this ukulele business a small try, see if I like it. And saw this thing. I thought it looked nice. Didn't know an awful lot about ukulele. It's probably thought a bit like most people that it's a bit of a toy, so if it looks a little cool and funky, then that's good enough for me. So I bought it, and I'm not sure, I think they go for about 80 euros or something like that. I think that's about what I paid for it anyway, in Swedish crowns then obviously. But so what do you actually get for your money, and well, is it worth it? Well, it looks like a little Les Paul, that's for certain. It is, of course, laminated plywood all around. It's got a sunburst finish. How the construction is that, well, normally you would even on a plywood instrument you would build it as a normal ukulele, and if you look inside, you're not going to be able to see that, but there is a bracing, one bracing going down here. But on this one, starting just behind the sound hole bracing, there's a big piece of plywood, covers the whole of this area, which means that even if it's plywood, it restricts whatever movement there is in it, so it leaves it with a very thin sound. Now what it has more, it has a rosewood bridge, which looks nice enough, plastic saddle, and a rosewood fingerboard, which has the same binding going around the whole instrument, which is this sort of off-white vintage, and also on the neck. It's got the plastic block inlays, much like the real thing they're trying to copy. Headstock painted black, says Mahalo, with sort of vintage style tuners. And there are good bits and bad bits on this one. The tuners are alright, work fine. What wasn't that great, or was actually not very good at all when I bought it, was the intonation. It's been lying for a very long time and I covered this, so that's the reason why the strings are going out of tune. But when I bought it, the intonation was absolutely dreadful. Someone once said that 1 in 5 Mahalos is a good ukulele, meaning that it plays, intonation is good and all that. Well, this wasn't one of the 1 in 5s, it was truly dreadful. But on most of these mass-produced lower budget instruments, they're usually made in China, and this one is they're made with computerized CNC technology, which means that when they cut the fret slots and everything is done by computer. So as long as they put the the bridge in the same position every time, which they usually do. It shouldn't really be a problem. The problem is nearly always in the setup. And what that is the leveling of the frets, and especially the cutting of the nut. And that was what was the problem with this one. Now I sorted it out by cutting a deeper slot in there. This can be done at home. It's a little bit tricky, because if you cut it too deep, you're gonna have to replace the nut. If you have one of these and you're wondering how to do it, then get yourself a set of needle files from your local hardware store. Find something that is the same height as the first fret there, or maybe just a fraction higher. Put it right up close. It's good if it's metal or something, so you actually feel, and then put it right up to the nut, and then at an angle you cut the fret slot until you start touching the little guide you've put there. It's not worth taking one of these to a luthier, so it'll cost you more than the instrument. The other option is to try and haggle with the shop to make them do it, or try all the ones they have and make sure you find the 1 in 5. That's basically your options. The other thing this one has is a really high string action, which can of course be sort of remedied by lowering the bridge, which is a lot easier than doing the nut. It's got a very, very thin neck. Which makes it a bit uncomfortable. And it works definitely, but for this price, 80 euros, you would be buying Kalas and Ohanas, and a bit more money you're paying, you're buying fleece and things like that, which are a lot better. Brucos, for instance, better option. So my overall verdict of one of these is, if you can find another uke, then do that. I'm going to do a little demonstration, just as some of you might think, oh, it doesn't sound too bad, so, but just to give a little comparison, I'm going to compare it to this. This is the Ohana sopranino. As you can see, it's a lot smaller. It's a shorter scale. This one is solid mahogany, and this one is plywood. Price difference isn't all that great. This one was about 100 euros. So, it's 20 euros more. So, you decide. Start with the Mahalo, just a short strum. And now for the tiddly tiny little Ohana. Surely it can't sound better, eh? So, you decide. Thanks for watching. Enjoy your ukulele. Bye bye.